All right, guys. So I am at the spot where we were going to have a meet. Didn't look like too bad of a day. Probably didn't need to cancel it. But I showed up. I wanted to make sure that if anybody filtered in, they would know that, you know, the meet was canceled. So while I'm sitting here waiting, I figure we can talk about the Tazer. And, you know, is it worth it for an RT owner? We're going to dive into some of the better features, and then you can determine whether it's worth a ballpark of $300 for you. So before I jump too far into it, I just want to ask everybody, if they haven't subscribed already, please do it. Make sure you hit the like button, and in the description there's going to be a link to a bunch of other videos that I've created for the Tazer. This way you guys can get an idea of some of the features that are, you know, maybe a little bit more in depth into some of the features that you actually like. I've made like several videos. One was, you know, talking about every single feature that the Tazer offers you, but this is going to be specific for those with 5.7 Hemis. So I jotted down a couple of the things that I myself use and or have the capability of using, and really this is just designed to answer a few questions of whether this thing is actually worth $300. So my most recent video on the Tazer shows that some RTs are capable of getting track mode. Okay, you have the ability to adjust the transmission, the steering, the paddle shifters, and there was one other thing. So yes, you can get track mode. It's not a lock. Okay, some people are capable of doing it, others are not. I have a 2015 RT Road and Track. I was able to get it no problem. In that video that I did on the track mode, Dave has a 16 RT. You know, it's just a regular RT. He got it no problem. Sean Red Hemi RT, I believe he got it, and he has a 17 RT. So I'm not really exactly sure why some people get it, some people don't get it, but I have track mode, and a bunch of other RT owners have it as well. So the next thing, and to me this is one of the best features, is behind the steering wheel you get the timers. Okay, 0 to 60, eighth mile, quarter mile, horsepower, torque watch. Okay, all of that stuff is behind your steering wheel, and it's well worth it, because this will allow you to get a good ballpark or a gauge of, you know, what your modifications are doing. If you're modding your RT, when you do an intake, when you do an exhaust, when you do a tune, it's nice to see if it affected any of your times. So having those internal timers, to me, is well worth it. Now, if you have like a tuner, like a Diablo T2 or something that has, you know, the timers on there, then, you know, that's whatever. For those of you that enjoy burnouts or going to the track, it also comes with line lock. So, you know, that is where the back brakes, you know, do not try and prevent the rear tires from, you know, moving. So you're going to save your brake pads. It also has a cool down feature. Put your car in the run position. And can you hold the camera, please? Thank you. Okay, so you're gonna hit the right arrow and the cancel, and the fan will go on. So again, this is another feature for those that enjoy taking their car to the track. The cool down feature, when the car is off, you can run the fans so that the engine cools off faster. So, you know, that's another really awesome feature for people that enjoy hitting up the track, hitting up the drag strip. It's gonna cool that car down faster in between runs. So that's another good one. For all of you guys that have all-wheel drive, and you know, really want to do some burnouts and have some rear-wheel drive fun, it will allow you to convert your RT from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive at a click of a button. So that's another really good feature for those with all-wheel drive. This is one of my favorite. I know it's kind of, you know, cheesy and small and dinky, but I love the easy in, easy out. So when you turn the car on, the steering wheel goes into the position that you enjoy driving in. The seat moves up into the position that you like. When you shut the vehicle off, the steering wheel kind of, you know, moves away. The seat kind of pushes out so you can get in and out of the vehicle nice and easy. It's just a small little minor touch, but to be honest with you, it really does feel it's awesome. Okay. Another thing that is really cool, and it flies under the radar, is when you use your blinker, the front headlight, it goes out and the blinker goes on. I think that looks really silly. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so I know this is small, but it allows your headlights to stay on while the blinker is going, and that is something that I think is great. So I'm happy about that. So, you know, in the end, it is around $300. I believe at the point of purchase, I believe I spent $275 for my Tazer, and really, like, I would say that it was worth it from my perspective. I very much enjoy the features that it has unlocked for my vehicle. Okay, I think this thing is a no-brainer if you do not have the ability to clock your 0 to 60s, clock your 1/8 miles, or monitor your horsepower and torque. I think it's a no-brainer to get them. I get that. So, you know, a lot of 392 Scat owners swear by this, and the reason why I think is because the track mode in the 392s are great. So I know that's a separate topic and everything, but guys, if you're looking into this and you know you want to unlock some really cool features, and you know you're just to me it's worth the price tag for those features alone. Now it does have more features that I didn't list, but those are the ones that I use the most frequently, or the ones that I just use flat out. There are features that I don't really care about, like the light show and a couple other, you know, smaller ones, but it does unlock a lot of good stuff. So, you know what? I hope this helps anybody that's looking into this. And look at that, you know, a Challenger is showing up. I'm glad that I showed up to this spot, because this way I can tell them that the meet was canceled. So, guys, you know what? I hope this helps, and yeah, that's that.